attack, probably one of the most memorable ones, is we went into a village. It was in pretty bad shape and everything, and we talked to the village chief and stuff and got him set up in the farming. And before I left over there, he was one of the largest fresh produce producers to the U.S. Army in Vietnam. I think that, you know, the people that I've met here today and in the last couple of days within this battalion, they're some of the smartest and most trained people that I've ever saw. And I think that they will make a big difference in any place that they go to. And their mission in Africa, any mission that they got in Africa, I think they will surpass anything that we have ever done.
And they have done such a great job of putting this 82nd Civil Affairs together. I was giddy when they told me about the things they did to put this unit together. I would have loved to have been, I'd love to have been even just their S4 to be there for that, or to be a team leader, anything. This is one great unit.
You know, we've been here for a year starting to stand up, and through that time we've relied on almost everyone around here to help us do it, because we started with nothing, you know, 3 guys, and now we're soon to be 250. But the people here have welcomed us with open arms, and the division and the people, the soldiers and civilians, have been absolutely fantastic. We have already lined up 3 or 4 humanitarian demining missions in several African countries. And these are 2 to 3 month missions where our teams go out and work with the engineers, teaching the African armies and also non-governmental organizations how to conduct their own demining activities. And those are very important outreach missions, and importantly, they open access to the African communities and allow us to see what we really need to do in other areas. Education, instilling the same sort of codes that we live by in our army, in the African armies. And these guys are great. They really want to learn. They really want to do great things for their country. Unfortunately, they just, you know, because of stability and poverty, they haven't had the same opportunities that we have. So those are just some of the first missions we'll be doing.
It seems as though from Mali north is where all of the problems seem to be brewing. How are you going to work with militaries in those countries?
Sure. I think that might be not as correct. I think there's problems throughout Africa, you know, and civil problems. There are obviously countries that do better at it. South Africa's obviously, you know, has had a very professional army for a long time, but we've been working for years with African armies through peacekeeping, the African Union, through African crisis response elements and those type of things. So we're not new to Africa. We're just able to, I think now, able to focus more and put more resources on that region. But this is not a new thing. Civil Affairs battalions, Special Forces battalions, and regular Army units have been working in Africa, to include Northwest Africa, for decades. We're just adding another, as Colonel Ruth said, another kit to the U.S. Army Africa tool bag to get perhaps a more persistent engagement. The biggest thing, you know, for us is relationships. So as opposed to a team going in and then, you know, they don't see another team for another year, or it's a different team, we can establish relationships in key countries with key individuals, humanitarian organizations, governments, and their militaries on sort of, hey, we know these guys. They were here for 6 months and they went back and now they're here again. So a more persistent as opposed to an episodic type of engagement. So, and that's really what we bring to the fight on this.
Going into Africa, would it have anything to do with the increased or the expanded Chinese presence in Africa? Pretty much everywhere you go in China, they're building roads, they're buying up reservoirs and all that sort of stuff.
No, I don't think so. China is an economic power, and they've always been everywhere. So I don't think this is anything new. This is not a reaction to them. We might find ourselves in the same village as Chinese businessmen. But no, this is about stabilizing Africa, And this is about creating strong partnerships and strong militaries to prevent conflict in Africa. This is, from my foxhole, and we're just the guys on the ground. That doesn't enter into the equation for us. We are adding a special operations capability to Fort Stewart that it hasn't had before, and we are really looking forward to, like I said, being part of this team and to deploying and doing great stuff. We are amazed at the quality of soldiers that we've been receiving. These guys are absolutely incredible, and I think America will be proud, and Georgia will be proud of the guys that were out here on the field today. So thank you very much.